Serious, what's a secret that you have that will probably die with you? My father cheated on my mother and they had a kid. I remember going across town to meet her, and when we came back he kept repeating, and remember, you can't tell your mother about this. And I never did. Until now. So somewhere out there is a half-sister that I've never met and I probably will never meet because she would be around 2,000 miles south. So yeah, that's that. I was high when I was like 14, walking back from the video game store. I literally shit my pants and was walking for like 40 minutes to get back to my house. Couldn't call my parents because I was high and didn't want to get embarrassed in front of my friends. Worst walk of my life, took like a 3-hour-long shower after. Does not help, it was like 105 degrees outside. Probably the reason I quit smoking altogether. That knowingly, my friend's PC has a very deep porn folder, product of a sleepover. My dad because a leader in Boy Scouts to make sure I was never sexually abused when I was young. I'm about to be 23 and he still doesn't know it happened multiple times anyways. I slept with a woman. I'm a woman. I have a boyfriend. I have extremely religious parents. It may not always be a forever secret, but today it is. When I was 13 I stole people's accounts on a game and also hacked/exploited in it. I did it for about a year before I stopped due to being too paranoid that somebody would find out. I don't know what was wrong with me then when I stole accounts. I did it for mostly fun. I'm not sure if any of you remember the railroad killer. Around the time before his capture, he had reportedly come through our area. I was in my early 20s. A few friends and I were hiking in some woods that were bordered by train tracks. We had been discussing the serial killer during our hike. One of my friends picked up a rock by the tracks that had some red color on it. I jokingly asked, "Oh no, is that blood?" Another friend joked, "Maybe it's from the railroad killer." We all chuckled about the stupid joke and carried on our hike. That night, one of the friends was in his apartment. He had been drinking. Then he heard someone trying to break in through his front door, which was locked. He yelled several times for the person to identify themselves. Being under the influence and frightened, he got his pistol and shot the person through the door. It killed them instantly. Later, my friend told the police that he was remembering our previous conversation about the serial killer. Being drunk, he thought that's who was trying to break into his apartment. Turns out it was just another resident of the building. He had also been drinking and mistakenly thought he was unlocking the door to his own apartment. The police called me at work the next day to question me. They were trying to justify my friend's mindset at the time of the shooting. I've never told anyone else because I feel responsible for that person's untimely death. My suicide attempt, it failed because the branch was too high for the rope to reach, so instead of dying, I laughed at nature saving my life. I like anime. Told mom I'm gay but she didn't believe me, so I guess it's still a secret. The first time I jerked off I came in my own eye. I tried to kill one of my classmates with a knife. It was first-degree murder, plain and simple. Thankfully I just decided to put the knife in a trash bin and forget about it. When my old man passed away I went and found his porn stash. It was very fetish inclined, so no one needs to know ever. Especially my sister and mum. The types of porn I watch, I mean it's kinky and I don't want my family finding out. That my emotions is fading away. I grow more and more cold and empty every year. Only one who knows is my wife. It wasn't always like this, it started in my teens. 'Cause of this I have never felt love, nor hate. I'm in a constant blank and oblivious to the world. I'm managing. But things people feel for granted I have to learn to react to. I do feel however that something is trapped deep inside me and can't get out. One of my friends is struggling with gender identity issues and tried to kill himself. He doesn't know that I know, but I wish I could help him as we've been friends ever since we were 5 years old. I have no love for God. I believe that there is a higher power out there, but I don't think of him as a loving being, rather some hubris-filled entity that makes me feel trapped. I was accused of rape in school by a girl no one liked. No one believed her and she got in trouble, but I feel horrible knowing how much my life could have been ruined if she had even an ounce of popularity. I'm scared and already some resentful of the fact that my parents will likely develop Alzheimer's and become my problem. I'm close with both of them and have 2 older siblings, but I watched them go through it with their own parents and I hate the thought of knowing it'll more than likely happen to them too. I'm seen as the doting daughter by my siblings and since I don't have kids, it'll probably fall to me. I'm not unwilling but I hate the thought so much. My mom was the cause I almost killed myself. I'm that guy that everyone talks to whenever they're troubled, and honestly, I don't care about their stories. I have some of depressed friends that talk to me often about their depressions, and I feel nothing whenever they talk about it. I do give them the attention, and advices if they need it, but I really just don't care. When I was younger my grandmother gave me $1,000 after coming over to her house and doing some chores for her. My parents never knew about it because they told me I would be paid in food and a bed to sleep in. After coming home I hid the money under my mattress, until they went to work the next day. I put the money in medicine bottle and buried it in the backyard, which is still there to this day. Been taking that dirt nap for about 15 years now, I'm 30 now. After a while I kinda just forgot about it, until I watched a YouTube video about time capsules, which somehow reminded of that old money I buried. Should a rainy day ever come, I'll be sure to dig it up. It's normal for your mother to annoy you, right? Well, once when I was 12 she punched me so far. I was abused at home and bullied at school. That day she hit me in one of her fits. That night and for about a month I would stand over by her bed with a kitchen knife in my hand. I have never spoken or told her. I always remembered that she loved my older sister as I did. So I never did anything. I'm not sure if this counts because I have vented about this to random online strangers before, but as for a secret I will never spill outside of the internet is that I'm depressed. Not so depressed that I'm about to jump off a bridge any moment now, but depressed to the point where I would have mental breakdowns daily and couldn't get out of bed or bring myself to eat, eventually having to stop attending school. I would rather have my entire family continue to call me lazy, useless, irresponsible, a waste of money for the rest of my life than for them to find out I'm depressed and tell me just do this and it will go away like they do when I tell them I have severe social anxiety. I attempted to take my life at age 13 with what I thought were my dad's heart meds. It was actually some off-brand naproxen and I only took 1 BC. I immediately had an allergic reaction. Luckily my older sis walked in and gave me Benadryl and monitored me. I had other allergy issues and my parents had trained my siblings and cousins how to watch me in case. They all thought I was in migraine fog and mistook the meds for my own. Never told anyone this. I think I could be an alcoholic. Like mentally I am 85% of the way there, but the rational 15% left in me stops me. I love the taste of alcohol, I love how creative it can be, and I love how I feel when I'm drunk. I love falling asleep drunk. I love my personality when I'm drunk. But I know I already have that personality, like it already is a part of me, but I stifle it for copious reasons. I have days where I want to go to work drunk. I have days where all I can think about is, damn, this 7 hours conference call would be a hell of a lot better if I was drunk. But I don't do it 'cause I know that'll fuck me up big time. So, I don't drink in excess. I'm the DD, the host, the whatever I have to be, so a limit is set and I stop there. But I think if something in my life happened that truly shattered me, I worry I'll turn to alcohol and regret it. Came ridiculously close to jumping off a hotel balcony the day I was supposed to meet my dad after years of not seeing him. When I climbed over I felt the most amazing rush of chemicals to my brain, literally the best feeling I ever felt. Reasons unbeknownst to me I climbed back over. I'm a recovering addict and had been chasing that rush of emotions ever since that day. Alt account, because I refused to have this on my main. I think my dad may be attracted to me. When I was a teenager I borrowed his computer to use the printer and I stumbled upon a shit ton of incest porn. Like the father/daughter kind. I've since then noticed how my dad looks at me. Even the thought of it makes me absolutely want to throw up. This is the first time I've even said it out loud, and it will probably be the last.